All right, let's talk about an idea that might just completely change how you think about personal growth. It's from James Clear's incredible book, Atomic Habits. And it's not about finding more willpower or setting bigger goals. Nope. It's about something way, way deeper. So, does this sound familiar? You kick off the new year, you're full of energy, you've got your resolutions, and then by February, you're pretty much back to where you started. Yeah, if that sounds like you are so not alone. And it turns out the problem might not be you or your motivation at all. Let's take a look at this guy, Abe. His big goal was to lose 10 kilograms. And he tried everything, the crazy diets, hitting the gym super hard, but he always found himself sliding right back into his old habits. He was totally convinced he just didn't have the motivation to pull it off. But here's the kicker, and this is the whole point. The problem wasn't Abe's motivation. He wanted it, for sure. The problem was his approach. See, he was focusing on the result, the outcome, without actually changing the person making the day-to-day choices. He was trying to build a new life from the outside in. So why didn't that work? I mean, it sounds logical, right? To get to the bottom of it, we need to understand what James Clear calls the 3 layers of change. And trust me, this little framework is the key to making changes that actually stick. Okay, so here they are. Most of us start at the very top, the outside layer, outcomes. That's what you get, like losing 10 kg. Then we think about the process, what you do, like go to the gym. But real, lasting change, it starts from the inside and works its way out. It starts with your identity, with who you believe you are. And that simple shift, moving from focusing on what you want to get to who you want to be, oh man, it's a total game changer. It's the difference between chasing some temporary goal and literally becoming a new version of yourself. Just look at the difference here. The goal-focused approach sounds like a chore, right? I want to lose weight. It's a temporary mission. But the identity-focused person, they say, I am an athlete. One is a wish for the future, the other is a statement about who you are right here, right now. And this is where the magic happens. An athlete doesn't have to debate with themselves about working out when it's raining. They just do it, because that's who they are. It's what athletes do. Our brains love to be consistent. So when your actions line up with your identity, there's no fight. The behavior just happens. Here's another amazing example. Someone offers you a cigarette. You could say, no thanks, I'm trying to quit. But listen to that language. You're still identifying as a smoker who's fighting an urge. Now compare that to someone who says, no thanks, I'm not a smoker. Hear that? That statement is a full stop. It's final. It declares a new reality. The identity has shifted. The internal debate is just over. You're not trying to be someone else anymore. You are someone else. And for that person, the decision is already made. Okay, so the big question is, how do you do this? You can't just snap your fingers and have a new identity, right? Well, no. You build it. You prove it to yourself, one tiny action at a time. I love this metaphor. Think of every single thing you do as a vote for the person you want to be. Your identity isn't some fixed thing you're born with. It's just the sum of your habits. Every small action is another piece of evidence that tells your brain, hey, this is who we are now. And we're not talking about huge life-changing moments here. These votes are small. Making your bed in the morning, that's a vote for I'm an organized person. Reading for just 15 minutes, that's a vote for I'm a learner. Going for a walk, vote cast for I'm an active person. Each one is a tiny win that proves your new identity to yourself. And this became Abe's new mantra. He stopped staring at the scale every day. Instead, he just focused on casting those daily votes for being a healthy, active person. And you know what happened? As that identity got stronger and stronger, the weight loss he wanted so badly just happened. It was a natural side effect. So this all brings us to the most important part, how you can actually use this in your own life. It all comes down to a simple but powerful mental shift, from focusing on what to focusing on who. So here it is. Forget the goal for a minute. Seriously, don't start with, I want to write a book. Start with, I want to be a writer. And then just ask a simple question. What does a writer do? They write. Even one paragraph a day. The action becomes so much easier when the identity is clear. And that's really the big takeaway here. Your habits are just a reflection of your identity. So if you want to change your habits, don't start there. Start by changing who you believe you are. So the question isn't what you want to achieve tomorrow, it's who you want to become today. What's the first vote you're going to cast for that person?